Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is DawnDoesLife, and today I'm just doing a follow-up. Thought I'd do a little bit of a chat while I worked on a section of my diamond painting. This is the one that I showed you the other day. It says coffee time. It's for my coffee area. The only thing different is that I have gone ahead and added washi tape to sections so that I kind of know which sections I'm working on. So this has been cut and I can pull it back to this section here and just sort of get it ready so that I'm just working on this section. And I like working on the top down because I am right-handed and I don't want to be sticking my hand in the stickiness that is the canvas. So, and already I've got fluff on here. So, thought I would just check in with everybody. How are you guys all doing? I hope you are well. We got a dump of snow like crazy. It looks like we have enough snow that it's like what our snow looks like halfway through winter, and we got it all in one night. Greg was outside today digging, tunneling us out, and oh boy, he is so sore. So you're gonna hear a bit of a crash here. I've tried to set this up. This is the first time I've done this. I wanted to get just my work area and nothing else, and I'm doing the best that I can to get everything into the picture. So I'm going to work in this area here, and what I am seeing is a lot of C's. And where is my code here? C is number 4, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab that out. So how is the weather everywhere else in Canada or around the world, wherever you guys are? It's not that it's super cold here, but man, that snow sure has changed the dynamic. All night long last night, and some of you might know, and some of you might not know, that I deliver for Skip the Dishes and DoorDash. And I have not been able to find open shifts on DoorDash for quite some time. And last night, my phone was going crazy. My husband has a restaurant, and they ended up closing early because it was just treacherous out there, and they wanted to make sure that everybody got home safe and sound. And they didn't open up on time today. They were supposed to be opened at 7 for the hotel guests, and they didn't end up getting people there until about 9:30. And they stayed because they thought they were getting a GFS order today, and to try and help some of the hotel guests also. And the GFS canceled on them. They did manage to get one cook in, and so now I guess they're just gonna try and help some of the guests and do the best that they can, and hopefully people are understanding. But no way and our shovel broke as my husband was digging out. We had to borrow our neighbor's shovel, and then he went and helped some guy that got stuck on the road, and I did not go out there. I'm sitting in my pajamas today because it's just like a pajama kind of day. Well, every day is a pajama kind of day for me. Oops, that one got stuck. Come on. Can we get you over to the sea? There we go. And I don't know if you can see that there's a little bit of wax there, and that's what I was talking about in the video, just kind of rolling it on your hand to get rid of it. And if you can see, this is not lined up very well. Now these are round diamonds. There's a little bit more give in them. The square diamonds, they kind of scare me, but at the same time, I really would like to try a square painting. Mostly, I haven't seen a whole lot of square diamond paintings on Amazon. I think I'd have to go to either one of the dedicated stores for diamond paintings or AliExpress. The crappy thing about AliExpress is that you know you're going to be waiting a month before you get it, and that's okay. I mean, I already have a couple in my cart in Amazon on Amazon that I think I'm going to go ahead and get. But I don't know, square ones kind of scare me, just because they fit more snugly, and if you don't place them just right, you might end up with a bead that doesn't properly fit. And I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if it's one that you have to graduate to. But anyways, I did this corner the other night just to kind of get it going and see what it was about, and I'm kind of loving these colors, boy. And it's so nice and shiny. Anyways, let's just double check and make sure I've got you in my screen again. And I'm just using my cutting mat on my table. My table is about 25 years old. It needs to be refinished very badly, and we just haven't done it because we're thinking about actually getting a smaller table and letting somebody else finish it the way they want to. But we're just, now with all of this, we're not really in a position to get a smaller table. And plus we want to put our house on the market in the spring and get out of this area of the city and either go to the east side of Saskatoon or maybe to one of the bedroom communities outside of the city, like Warman or Martinsville. That's where I would like to go. There's some pretty nice townhouse type units out there where you're not having to worry about very much yard, and they do all of the, you know, they take care of all of the exterior of the buildings and the parking lots and that sort of thing. So that's kind of like what I would like to do, but I guess time will tell whether or not that will happen. Some people keep talking about there's going to be another housing crash, and if that's the case, we might be here longer than we initially thought. It's so funny, when we bought this house, we got it before the prices went crazy high. So we got it at a really good price compared to what we could sell it for. So we'll be making a profit off of it for sure. But we'll also pay more for a house now too. But our initial plan was just to stay here for 5 years. And then it got to, you know, if we can't find a house right away, we have to rent, and we have a dog and a cat, and some people don't like that. And then our dog passed away this year, and we still have our cat. You probably will hear him in the background, actually. He's quite the yowler. He's an old guy. He's a senior. But anyways. Oh, I don't know what that was. I think my broom or something in my broom closet just fell over. But yeah, I'm ready to get out of this neighborhood. This is kind of a not the greatest area of the city, and I'm just tired of, when we first moved in here, it was fun. You'd watch people scrapping as they walk down the road. Now who's... And here's another notification from Dasher. We are busy. Please log in. And it's, they were offering up to $10 per order as a top-up last night. And I would have done it in a heartbeat, except that I'm not even convinced my vehicle wouldn't get stuck. So what's the point of going out there if I'm just going to get stuck anyway? So as I was telling you guys before, I like to do it one at a time. I'm not really into the multi-placers as of yet. And please don't mind my crappy nails. They need to be redone. We're all using so much hand sanitizer, it's just drying my skin out so much, and I can only imagine it's probably doing the same thing to everybody. And there doesn't seem to be any amount of lotion that makes them soft again. But yeah, so I prefer to do one at a time. But boy, do I enjoy this craft. I could sit here and do it. Well, I come and go to it, but I could sit and do it. I have had periods where I come and sit and do it for quite some time. But this is just the regular, these I got from the dollar store and added on. And actually, I think I put tape under this one. Maybe not this one. I know a couple of them I had to because they weren't fitting properly. This one does slide a little bit, but I can deal with it. But I just feel like I have more control when I do one at a time. Oh, and I just stuck to the board. And hopefully my camera's not shaking too much. You should see the way I have got it set up. It's quite precarious, but I could not think of any other way to get an overhead shot. So I just kind of went with it, and hopefully I'm not causing too much shaking in the footage. It does have stabilization, so maybe it's looking smooth no matter what I'm doing. I don't know. But I was thinking about doing these a little more often. I do see that some girls on here, they'll sit for over an hour and just chat away as they're doing their paintings. And there are some nice paintings. Amazon has a ton of paintings, but not... There's some really beautiful ones and big. I'd like to try a bigger painting. Those scare me a little too because it's a lot of canvas to try and keep control of. But I think you just get so much more detail the bigger you go, and there are some that I wouldn't want to scrimp on detail, if you know what I mean. And even though the painting that I just completed isn't one that I would have picked had I had my pick, it was an Amazon Prime Day deal. I think it turned out fine too. It turned out okay. But I could see one that was bigger it would have had so much more detail. So what is the weather like? I think I asked this already. What is the weather like where you are? Where are you guys from? I know even different places in Canada have different weather climates. Like BC is a much more mild, but they tend to get a lot of snow, but it doesn't get as cold. Whereas Saskatchewan, we get snow and we get cold. And in Toronto, same thing. I mean, they have a more mild winter, but they will get their dumps of snow. And even southern Saskatchewan, we're kind of in the middle of Saskatchewan. Southern Saskatchewan gets wicked thunderstorms. I'm actually kind of jealous because I love a good thunderstorm. And I used to live in Moose Jaw, and it was like every night come 5 o'clock, it would be so hot all day long, and then 5 o'clock would roll around and in would roll the clouds, and it was just relief. And of course, fun to watch. And a little freaky at times too, but that was the excitement of it, I guess, in my younger days. Now I'm just happy if I don't have to replace my umbrella on my patio set every year because of a windstorm. But yeah, so tell me whereabouts in the country, or what country, or where you are in the world, and what you have to deal with weather-wise. Uh-oh. I knocked this one over. And inevitably, when I'm doing these, I'll work on a color And I'll get the color in my little square all filled out. And then I'll move on to another color, only to find a couple of the one that I was working on that I missed. But that is okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just had to take a little break. My husband came up to warm up his coffee and get some slippers on. And I decided to make a coffee for myself because why not? I'm making a coffee diamond painting. Might as well drink a coffee while I'm doing it. But I don't even know where we left off in our talking. So, what's new in my life? Just got the winter tires put on my car, as I told you guys in the last video, which looks like it was perfect timing because I'm gonna need them. But also that was just my heater, my vents. My daughter moved out in with her boyfriend, and that's scary and exciting because now it's just Greg and I. We're officially empty nesters. She still has a few things to move out, but for the most part she got most of it out. And I don't know what we're gonna do with that bedroom. We're thinking about, well, maybe until we sell it, it might be a good idea to turn it into like a spare bedroom. Not that we have a lot of company, especially now, but once COVID-19 goes away, I'd sure love to have the grandkids come stay the night. And there are 3 of them, and I cannot do all 3 at once. So this grandma can't handle it. But it would be fun to have them for sure. And then, I don't know, I was reading on the news, in Saskatoon. Okay, so I don't know where in the country, or the world for that matter, you are, but Saskatoon or Saskatchewan has been pretty low in our numbers, in our COVID-19 cases. Up until just the last month, they've been going higher and higher and higher, and today, Saskatchewan saw, we keep breaking records every day or two, and today we saw 190 new cases, which is so scary. I mean, keep in mind, we have a population in Saskatchewan of about 1 million people, maybe 1,200,000, 1,000,001, somewhere around there. And you know, it was scary when we were getting 30 and 40 a day, and now 190 in one day. And I'm in Saskatoon, and in Saskatoon we got 76 today. It was either 76 or 79. That just terrifies me. On Friday we have now mandatory mask wearing in Saskatoon, Prince Albert, and Regina, which I don't think came quick enough. I think we should have had it for a while, and I know there are some people who are anti-maskers, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but I don't like wearing them at all. I feel lightheaded when I wear them, but I feel better knowing that I'm giving myself some kind of protection, and then also that I'm protecting other people as well. We have underlying health conditions in this family, and the thought of having to deal with COVID-19 just terrifies me. I And plus I'm 49 years old. That doesn't bode well for me either. My husband's 50. That's, you know, we're of the age that any little thing affects us harder than it used to. And I don't know. It's kind of scary. So I am happy about the mask roll. I'm just looking to see if there's any. Oh, I see a couple. I'm happy about it. I wish they had brought it in earlier. I personally think that Premier Mo didn't bring it in because of he was campaigning, and now that he's been reelected, he's safe to tell people that they have to wear masks instead of just, you know, having some decency and saying, you have to wear masks. I know you don't like it, but this is the way it has to be for now. I think I've got all of my C's. I'm sure I'll come across one when I can hear my cat yowling down in the basement. He wants out so bad, but if we let him out, he will definitely be on this table, and I just can't handle that right now. So I think now I'm going to work on the letter F, because it seems like there's quite a few. I could work on the A's, which are the black. Maybe that's what I'll do. Black is so boring, but yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Get them out of the way. I don't know why my pen, there we go. I think I'm going to, actually no, I want to work on this side. So I would love to hear what you guys are working on for a diamond painting, if you are working on one. If you aren't and you just enjoy watching them being done, well then, thanks so much for taking the time to watch. But what kind of painting, if you're doing one, are you doing? I myself, I like abstract art, and so that's kind of what I'm looking for. And then also I'd like to find, I've been finding a couple of funny bathroom pictures that I'd like to get my hands on. There's ones with frogs that I find very funny. One frog is sitting on the toilet playing golf. And I don't know, I would just like to I'd like to change up the pictures I have in my bathroom and go a little more comical. And so I'm thinking about maybe grabbing and doing a couple of those. But mostly I love mandalas. I think they're so beautiful. But they're not, like, I haven't picked one to do yet. I have this one that is, I think it's like 5 or 6 faces kind of all contorted and twisted. And that one actually is a bigger one. I can't remember what the size is offhand, but I am thinking about getting it. It is a more expensive one. I think that one was 40 bucks. But I did find it on Amazon. And of course, we all know that the idea of the 2-day shipping is hard to say no to. But then I also do have a couple of other abstract paintings in my cart. So it's definitely not one I need right away. And as I said, I would really like to try maybe a small, maybe this size of a square, but I really want to like the picture. I don't want to do pictures just for the sake of doing them. I want to do them because I enjoy them and I see them in a certain spot in my house. And Or if, I guess, the other concurrently, it would be, you know, or if I saw a picture that I wanted to do for somebody to give them as a gift, I guess I could do that if they weren't into the whole kit themselves and doing it themselves. But I don't know, I have a couple Christmas gifts put away to give away to people, and I'm already eyeing them up like, well, should I do them? I know one of them is a kit of more than one, and I thought, well, you know, I could give them the one and then just do the other one, but no, I can't do that. So, but it's hard when you really want to do one. Thank goodness I have one in front of me, and this will take me some time, and hopefully by the time I'm getting close to being done, I'll be ready to order my next ones. I know some girls on YouTube, I watch them and they have baskets full, ready to go. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could get that far ahead of myself. But you know what? This is a brand new hobby, so who in the heck knows where my mind will take me. When all is said and done. Do you see any more A's? Oh, this is not wanting to stick. I think I might have poured too many in this boat. I don't see any A's down here. Ah! Okay. Alert, alert, alert. Thank goodness they all kind of just stayed on the plastic. I mean, I don't think any fell off the table, but yeah, I definitely think I put too many in my boat. That'll teach me. Dawn, what are you doing? So if you guys are watching the diamond painting, have any of you seen my skip videos? That is kind of one of the other things I do. I also do merch by Amazon, and I do Redbubble, and I design t-shirts for Etsy and or for my shop on Etsy. But I'm thinking about closing my Etsy shop and just kind of letting the merch by Amazon, and I think, what do I have? TeePublic, Redbubble, and just kind of letting that go and designing for that. But I do that. I was doing fulfillment by Amazon. I just recently took the last of my stock out. It was stock that I'd had since the beginning that didn't sell, and there was no point. I was paying storage fees on it, and I thought, you know, I'm not okay with that anymore. So I took that out, and I still have my shop open, but I don't have anything in it right now, and at some point I may, and at some point I may not. Right now is not really the time to get out and do retail arbitrage. So, and that's how I found my goods was, well, through Facebook Marketplace or the clearance aisles in stores. And I did quite well with it, but I don't exactly feel safe doing that anymore, so I think it's gonna have to go on the back burner for a while. So as I was saying in the last video, this is the year of trying out different crafts, and boy am I having fun. Oh, I see one there. Can I get it flipped around? No. I've started sewing. So at the beginning, excuse me, at the beginning of all of this, you could not find a mask if your life depended on it, and I was going insane. And started watching a couple of tutorial videos on how to make them, and then got out the sewing machine that I had bought it 10 years ago, tried to use it, and could not for the life of me figure it out, and just in frustration put it away. It was just a cheap one I got at Walmart. Just taking a sip of my coffee. And so when I couldn't find masks anywhere, I pulled it out and I watched some tutorials on it, and I was determined that I was going to figure it out and suck it up, and if nothing else, you know, at least make some masks for the family and maybe some close friends. And I got making them, and I just fell in love. So I did. I figured out the sewing machine, and I just fell in love with having this product come out at the end that, first of all, was a necessity, but also just it was a thing. I made this tangible thing, and it worked. And so I started making more and more, and I contacted a couple of pharmacies, and they took my number and said they'd call back, and they never did. And I had these masks, so I started selling them on Kijiji and sold a ton. I would get them all ready. I would single bag them all. I was installing the wires onto them and just having so much fun with it. But then, I'm gonna have to take a break. Do you guys get that scam? I don't know what it is, but it's like Chinese talking. And I might not have the language right, but it's foreign anyways. And you're thinking like, I don't know, is the government calling me? You answer the phone and it's a bunch of words that you don't understand. But anyways, where was I? So yeah, I made masks, and then through making masks, I decided I wanted to learn more stuff. And what have I made? I've made some reusable makeup wipes. What else? I made my dog a shirt that fit him. In the end, he was having lots of accidents, and he didn't have a lot of hair, and that was part of the disease. And so he was always cold, so I made him a shirt, and it did not turn out very well at all. And then I'm looking at doing some pot holders. I'm wanting to get into quilting. Oh, I made some tote bags. I made one tote bag with a jelly roll. It was just, I think it was like a half jelly roll that Walmart sold. And the colors weren't nice, but I just wanted to experiment with it. And I made this really cool tote bag that kind of it was not just an up and down bag, it kind of had angles. And that turned out like surprisingly well for what I was expecting. And then I got this idea that I was going to make my grandkids backpacks. They travel between their mom and their dads quite a bit, and their grandparents. Like they're always on the go, or they could use it for school. Anyways, I made these 3 backpacks. I got this pattern. It was, I think, $3 online, and I've made all 3 of them same but with different fabric. And they turned out so good. So, I mean, each thing that I'm doing makes me feel that much more confident to try something harder or to try something else. I would love to get into doing like clothing. I don't have a serger though, and I am not that experienced, but my lines are getting straight, so I'd like to actually try some quilting. And one of the ways that I can try quilting is by doing things like pot holders or placemats, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna try some of those. And there's so many tutorials online. What do I want to work on next? I think I see lots of F's, D's. Kind of would like to, maybe we'll go H. So what is an H? H is number 13. Maybe we won't pour so many in this time. I'd rather pour more in later. There we go. Those seem to sit a bit better. Okay. But yeah, so this year has just been kind of fun for me because I've had so much extra time. You're not leaving the house. And I mean, I am a solitary kind of person, and even I've been going nuts. But I've been trying a few video games. I've even posted a few gameplay videos. I've got one actually that I want to do. There is another, they released another campaign in the Space-Based Startopia series as a demo, and I really, really enjoyed that game. And I know a couple of my subscribers did as well. Skip has been kind of weird. Like, it hasn't been super busy. So I haven't been able to get out and do a lot of those types of videos. But I definitely am finding things to keep me occupied, we'll call it. Probably shop more. I'm thinking about doing an Amazon haul because I have quite a few things that, well, I have things that go years back that are just amazing, that have allowed me to do or function or whatever. But even recently, I know there are so many people who have developed a shopping addiction. I think I had one already, but I found a few fun things on Amazon since all of this COVID and the pandemic have hit. Any more H's? Oh, there's tons of H's. Open your eyes, Dawn. So as you guys can see, I mean, I find this so relaxing. And I mean, even though I'm kind of babbling away here about not a whole lot of anything important, I just find it, you know, you kind of can zone in or you can zone out, or you can chit chat as you're doing it. But it's really not hard to come out of it accomplishing something, even while you're sitting visiting. And I know I was so surprised, you know, it was the funniest thing in the world. There's these two girls, I have mentioned them on my channel before. The channel is called Essatino Artists, and they're two Canadian girls, and they're mainly a tutorial, and then they do marketing, they do mindset, but just, they're two girls that you just don't question that's an L. You don't question their integrity even slightly. They're just always so happy to see people succeed. And if there's something that they can do to help, they're on it. And their tutorials are all based on helping you. And it's not just YouTube, it's just any kind of business or financial or, anything. If you want to edit a video, if you just need motivation, they do so much motivation. I always come away from their live streams feeling so happy. There are times that, you know, I mean, we're human, and I have bad days, and I can be having a bad day and then watch one of their videos or be a part of one of their live streams and come away feeling so good. And there's a group of us that kind of, we're always there every week, or we try to be, and the community itself is just so supportive. They have a Facebook group as well called Creative Business Success, I think is what it's called. But check out their live streams. Check out their tutorial videos. There might even be something that you like. But in the live stream, going back to what I was saying, I think I'm going to do D, which is 7. She was talking about what she had been doing for the past week, and I don't know. I don't think this had ever been talked about before. I'm just going to take another sip of my coffee. I think in July somebody mentioned something about diamond painting. I'm not even sure if I was in that live stream. I don't remember it, but she said, oh yeah, I just started this new thing called diamond painting. And the funny thing was, at the start of the live stream, I almost missed the live stream because I was editing a video on the video that I posted the other day on diamond painting. And so it's just so funny how, you know, we're all in sync, and it's cyclical. And everybody kind of does the same thing all at the same time, even though you don't have influence over each other, or I had no way of knowing that that's what she was doing. She had no way of knowing that I was posting a video on it. It's kind of neat. I liken those two girls to being just two terrific friends that I've never had the pleasure of meeting, but I just still consider them friends. They've just been amazing. An amazing part of my life. And if you get a chance to go and watch a video just because you want to feel good, check out their Thursday live stream. We have so much fun on them. And they answer questions and whatnot. I've made some really, actually, I've met some really cool people, well, and not in person necessarily, but some in person. I met one of my subscribers, Yellow Zapdos, a couple months back, and him and his wife came and met us for lunch, and that was just fantastic. That's not something I'm usually pretty shy. I don't usually just go out and meet people, but through months of chatting back and forth on my videos, I couldn't say no. There was no way I could say no. He's so funny, and he always put a smile on my face. So I was really happy I did that. And I was happy that my husband got to meet him too, because I mean, to him, this YouTube thing is just kind of an anomaly. I don't think he understands kind of why I like doing it. I think part of it for me is getting outside of my comfort zone, because I do like to be on my own so much. And so it's a way that I can kind of be on my own, but also put myself out there, I feel. And it has helped. It definitely has helped. It has helped build my self-esteem a little bit, and just made it easier to talk, chat, whatever. So I don't know how long we've been going at this already today, but I do like how this is developing. Maybe I'll finish out this section and kind of see where we're at. I love that this has got kind of like the striped outside on the border with the coffee in the middle. I think it's going to be such a pretty piece when it's all done. I'll probably frame this one before I even frame my other one. I think I need more wax. Can you guys hear my cat? My old senior cat, who's just so owly. Doesn't like anybody but us. But he's so needy. He actually, when Buster was alive, you would never know that Milo gave a crap. But when Buster passed away, we noticed Milo missing him. And you know, it's like one of those things when you see it every day, you don't notice it, but it's there regardless, you know. And Buster was such a good dog. I'll never forget the day we picked him up. I actually manipulated Greg to go and look at them. I was, oh, let's just go do something fun. Let's just go look at them. We don't have to buy a dog. It's just fun. And he was like, we're not getting a dog. He did not want a dog. And then along came this beautiful little Buster, so sweet, and he jumped into my arms and gave me a hug, put his paws up around my neck and gave me a hug. And there were 2 dogs left that day, and his little brother was Nippy. And so it was, yeah, no thanks, no thank you, I don't want a nippy dog. But Buster was just so sweet and so cuddly. All he wanted to do was, you know, bury himself in your neck. And that was it. I remember walking out of there and thinking, oh, you know, I'd really love a dog, but I knew that Greg didn't want one. And he kind of looked at me and said, well, you know, if you really want one, we should get him. And that was no looking back for that. He was a fantastic dog. He was a little Bichon Shih Tzu, and shortly after that, Greg's mom ended up getting the same breed of a dog because of how cuddly Buster was. And he was a very skittish dog. He didn't like strangers, but there were certain people that he just loved. Greg's sister, Marcy, he would not leave her lap when she was here, and Greg's mom, also same thing. He just loved her. So I miss my Buster. It was really hard watching him over a couple of years kind of get worse and worse until the end, but it was, I couldn't imagine having another dog. He was the best. Big hole in our family without him, that's for sure. Well, you guys, I don't know. I think I could go on with this forever, but I do know that I'm not super fast at this. I'm sure some of you maybe I'm just fine, but I know that it seems like some of you could whip through this little section no problem, but I really don't use the multi-placers. I don't feel super comfortable with them, and I'm quite happy to enjoy. I liked trying them. I mean, it was neat to try them, but they're just not my thing, at least not right now. Maybe as I get a little more confident with these, I will want to do them more. But I think I'm going to leave it there. I know we didn't actually finish up this section, but I have a feeling that we'd go for at least another hour or so with what's left, and I don't want to make you guys sit and wait through that, even though I've loved talking to you, and I hope you guys have loved talking to me too. But I don't even know if I have battery. That would really suck. Oh no, you're still going. Okay, all right, you guys, so that's gonna do it for today. We will catch up again. I can't guarantee that it'll be this section because I do come and go to it quite a bit, but I've had a lot of fun sitting and just chit-chatting and going on and on about stuff, just stuff in general. And definitely, you guys, let me know in the comments down below if you're working on a painting, what type of painting are you working on? And what is the weather like where you are? Because boy. Anyways, until the next video, you guys, please stay safe, have lots of fun, enjoy your painting if that's what you're doing, but just try to have those moments to enjoy life and make lots of money if that's what you do. And until the next video, I will catch you guys all later. Take care. Bye-bye.